Oh, would you look at that. Oscar.
It's you?
What can I do for you, madam?
Wow.
But Oscar, it's me, Kate Walker.
Correct. Your name is indeed Kate Walker.
I love this guy.
What can I do for you, Kate Walker?
A train ticket, please. Why, do you sell anything else?
Wow,
The
Kate,
only function
rude.
of this ticket office is to issue tickets. You are requested to accelerate operations. The office closes in exactly 3 minutes. What can I do for you?
A ticket, please.
1 ticket?
Yes.
1 ticket. What is your final
She
destination?
has a lot of scoffing at him.
I don't know. It's you who told me I had to get a ticket.
A ticket to travel, then.
Okay. That looks awfully big for a ticket. Okay, here's a ticket. Valid for 1 person, should be presented to any official of the mechanical railway when so required. Looks like it's punched already. And it looks like we need the notary to authorize using the train.
There you are. Do not lose it. This office is not entitled to produce duplicates. This advice also applies to the accompanying documentation.
What's that?
The authorization for the release of the train. The ticket officer may ask you for it at any time.
But I mean, you are the...
Attention! The exact moment has arrived to close this office.
The exact moment. Nice. He even has little ears on the sides of his head. Okay. Let's go. Come on, Kate. We don't need your swag right now. Let's go and get that stamped by the notary. Run, Kate! Lose all the calories from the bakery food you didn't eat. Let's go! To the notary! Actually, I think the notary said he'd be resting, so how are we going to... If he's sleeping, how are we going to wake him up or get his attention? I know what to do. I see a stamp right here. This should do. Paper on there. Stamp it. No? Maybe you need some ink. Put that ink in there. Sure enough. Approved! Nice. Don't want to forget that. Is it really that simple? I actually do know of one location we have to visit just before we go back to the train station. Actually, if you remember, we still have these cogs, so let's see what those are for. Look at this vines running up and down those poles. No closer.
Good morning.
Good morning. What a pleasure to meet such a lovely young lady honoring our aging streets. Please sit yourself down next to me so we can enjoy the air together.
It would be a pleasure, but I'm afraid I don't have the time. Some of the time, maybe.
I hope so, miss. I remember when these streets were full of vibrant life. In those days, there was a charming encounter to be had round every corner. Our good little town of Valadina is not what it used to be.
It looks like things have changed a bit around here.
Our children have all left the valley. They need to earn a living, don't they? Can't really blame them. You have to move with the times, don't you? It's not in the Vorarlberg factory that they'll find jobs. Being excluded from the world is not an easy burden to bear for you leavers.
It's such a pretty little village.
I can tell you're not from these parts. I hope you enjoy the pleasures that we still have to offer. Good day to you.
Just hugs me. When did you get this?
A long time ago.
How come I haven't seen it sitting there?
After we moved, it was just in a box.
Oh, that's
So I opened it up.
I forgot. And yeah, Daddy wants double one pizza. Cherish wants ham and pineapple. That's all she'll eat from Spence.
That's silly.
And Brooklyn wants double pepperoni. So I know you don't eat ham and pineapple pizza, right?
No, I eat any pizza.
You eat any pizza?
Pizza's pizza.
Okay. Then I'll order those three.
Okay. Sorry about that. That was my mama talking about supper.
Hello.
Hey, so what's new?
We've got a problem, Mr. Marson.
What problem? Come on, Kate, don't beat around the bush.
There's maybe an heir.
What?
Hans, Anna Vorarlberg's brother. Looks like he's still alive. We can't buy the factory without his consent.
What? What is this? Where's this mystery brother come from? And more to the point, where is he? What did the notary say?
Nothing. I mean, nothing else. You know, sir, it's an odd town here. Everything's odd. The people, things. The situation's not straightforward. I have a small bit of research to do.
Listen to me, Kate. Universal Toys is one of our biggest clients, and I don't care how weird that town is. All that matters is that you do not set foot back in New York before you've tied up the deal.
Wow.
Get the picture.
Wow.
Yes, Mr. Marson. You can count on me. Darn it!
Seemed a bit harsh. I know from experience the front door is locked. So, we have to get into the church. I know this. I am the omnipotent player. I know what's going to happen. I know things. I know what I need. I know the answers to puzzles. We need a key for that dresser over there, and it's quite well hidden behind this automaton crucifix. Need that to open this up. Because Kate will break into everything. Okay, so that unlocks this. Look at these strange cards in here. Red, purple, green, blue, cyan? I don't know. There's this. There's nothing in this drawer we can pick up, but that will do it. And there's another key. Okay, here's a note. Let's see what it says. To my successor, the Valladolid parish priest. The sanctity of confession is a sacred vow. So, these revelations are the result of much soul-searching and reflection. One day in March 1938, Rudolf Vorarlberg knocked at my door. I was a young priest then, and was overawed by the dominant personality of the town's most important figure. I remember it was raining that day, and beneath his dripping hair, Monsieur Vorarlberg's face was the very expression of eternal pain itself. Through gritted teeth, his eyes swimming with grief, he announced that his son Hans had just died. He wanted me to come immediately to bless the body. I entered the dark drawing room of the family home. Hans's coffin was set in the middle, sealed shut. Monsieur Vorarlberg explained to me that he wanted no one to see the body of his son. Hans's badly mangled corpse had been discovered at the bottom of a precipice. It was presumed that he had slipped and fallen badly. Despite his 18 years of age, the young Vorarlberg did not have all his faculties. I believed him. I led the funeral and officiated the mass and burial. We buried Hans Vorarlberg with all the dignity and solemnity befitting such a tragedy. Life indeed hangs by a thread, and I would have surely forgotten this episode, only several years later, after his father's death, Anna Vorarlberg had an accident at the factory and nearly died. Such a close call with death seemed to awaken her in a need to confess. What I heard that day would haunt my dreams thereafter. She told me that the body of her younger brother, Hans, was not at rest in the family tomb, for the simple reason that he was still alive. I had blessed and sanctified an empty coffin. I had assisted and sanctioned a masquerade staged by Rudolf Vorarlberg himself to exorcise the blind hatred he felt for his son. His son had left and he felt betrayed. A man who preferred to believe and make others believe his son was dead, rather than accept this truth, had shamefully deceived me. What kind of priest was I? And what kind of priest would I become? Our merciful Father alone will be my judge. It is my duty to inform you that one of your flock is still unaccounted for. I leave this terrible secret in your hands to do with what you will. Leon Bernard, priest. So, Rudolf Vorarlberg staged his son's death because he couldn't face that Hans wanted to leave Valladolid and not take up the factory. How awful. That he'd lied to himself, lied to everyone, that his son was dead, when he really just couldn't face the truth. And even the priest didn't know until Anna told him, and he believed her. When one is on the cusp of death, I don't think they're apt to lie. And we go into this strange-looking elevator. I'm just gonna make sure I save again. Whoops, save game. Right there. Yes. Oh, that was a bird. Oh, and a nest even.
That's going to work. Looks like something's missing.
Ooh, put those punch cards in there. Those strange punch cards. Let's put red in there first. The Melody of Silent Night. Didn't seem to do anything, though. There's a marriage toll. What about this green one? Still nothing happened. So we have the Christmas bells, wedding bells. Was it wedding? Yeah. And then that, I don't know if that must call a church service together, or maybe it's the wedding when they all run out of the church. They go, doo-doo, doo-doo. I don't know. What about this purple one? Wow.
I no longer need these punch cards.
I guess that's how we're gonna get into the tomb then. So actually, that last one that played is, I think, even still my favorite track of music from the first and the second game. It's short, it's simple, It's eerie, but it's musical and beautiful, and it's just really cool the way it zooms in on the crypt and the wind is blowing. There's nothing down that way. And we do have a key for that hat. If you listen carefully at the start of the game, the bells that played when this happened were the same bells that played during the funeral march for Anna. Oh, watch your step, it's a bit wet. Maybe a bit steep. Let's go in.